as I always like to do, I'll just go through a couple of the more entertaining cases we've had over the years. Let's see here. Obviously, People versus Link on breaking and entering, vandalism, grave robbery, chicken molestation, unlicensed concealed triforce. Naruto brought forth on charges of indecent exposure in the form of sexy no jutsu, to which we found out the case is there is absolutely nothing indecent about sexy no jutsu. It is very decent, no matter what the jutsu are. People versus Square Enix for too many sequels. Declaration of Team Rocket as humanitarians. People versus Bowser for false advertising. Your princess is in another castle. Let's see. People versus the boy band trend in Gundam.
Oh yeah.
The question on the legality of using the Death Note to collect a bounty. No, you have no idea. These guys up in the front here, they have brought up Death Note cases that have taken 45 minutes to an hour. They have wasted entire chapters of my life marching into this. People versus Kirby, cannibalism and scalping. People versus Silent Hill on a motion to change the motto. The three suggestions we got was home of the third largest ball of twine, the last vacation you'll ever need, or Silent Hill, at least it's better than the movie. Motion to grant civil rights to zombies. People versus irresponsible parents. Yeah, that one I'm People versus characters that are too cosplayable. So we instated a 5 costume minimum for any character in any series. People versus droppable floors from Code Geass. I got the droppable floor button, which is nice. Pokemon versus employers, established labor union, 40-hour work week, 2-week paid vacation. People versus the Zaft Alliance on gross mismanagement of human resources. So we put Zap Brannigan in charge. People versus Kikyo from Inuyasha, soul reaping without a license. Sango versus Morocco on labor laws. Keep going back here. I've done a lot of stuff. People for the ethical treatment of chocobos versus the chocobo breeders. Motion to stop all chocobo inbreeding. So Cloud had to donate the proceeds of his delivery service to the chocobo school for the retarded. People on behalf of Yuko from Triple X Holic for the legalization of opium. Dragon Ball Z versus Gravity. People versus 4 kids, verdict guilty always. Waldo versus Carmen Sandiego, the accusation of stealing intellectual property. Gundam Seed Destiny versus Gundam Seed on the charge of Grand Theft plotline. People versus the King of All the Cosmos for destruction of the stars and flying under the influence. The King of All the Cosmos was removed from office, unanimously replaced by the King, formerly known as Prince. People versus Lena Inverse for the distribution of pornography. Let's see. People versus Relina Peacecraft to remove Peacecraft from office. Failure to abide by the pacifistic nature of the Sand Kingdom. Due to her suicidal tendencies, Ms. Peacecraft will be removed from office. She will be replaced by a block of cheese, unanimously seen to have great potential in the office.
It's not much of a difference there.
Cheese. Then we had the People for the Ethical Treatment of Abominations against Sephiroth for killing the Midgars-Ol. Alright, so that's just some of the stuff we've done here. So you see there's very little that we won't listen to. The only things I don't like to do here is things that adjust the fabric of the series, cases that are really far removed from anime, though I'll be a little bit more lax since there's Comic-Con stuff here. If you want to do comic-related stuff, I'm all for it. Trials versus the U.S. anime companies for dubbing stuff, that's just, they're just guilty, you understand? It's no contest. There's really no point in bringing it up. It's way similar to it. So. All right, who's got ideas? Angelo, you're waiting. we're gonna work down the line of getting you last because I know what you do to this room. So I'm gonna start with the gentleman with the scythe over there, or the gentleman with the headphones. All right. We'll hand you a microphone.
Microphone.
Whatever. Well, no, just.
the podium.
One over there.
Podium.
Oh, cool. Oh, dude, just stand at the podium. Freaking podium. All right.
I will be the podium authority.
The podium must.
All right.
Why doesn't Ditto get arrested for so much prostitution in Pokemon?
We actually did a case against Ditto for
Identity theft?
identity theft. Where is it? It's not here. Wasn't this year? Well, it should. Oh no, that was the 18+ session.
Yeah.
So state your case. Let's hear it.
I think Ditto should be arrested because they can have sex with any type of Pokemon. It's like the ultimate prostitute. I mean,
That's a little bit on the edge for a PG-13 audience, don't you think?
And everybody knows that Pokemon don't actually have sex; they just drop eggs.
but the daycare man or woman says they don't know where the eggs come from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll counter argue.
Ditto walks up looking at Eevee. Hey, you're hot. Hey. Not great for population control, obviously. Yeah, I think your argument is a little bit above the age range they're going to let us do here. I'm sorry.
I'll argue it.
Dude, you were the one who did the fine penis demon. I'm not going there. That was the greatest case ever, but I never recited because at Anime Next, at Manga Next, and at Anime USA, I do 18+ sessions in the later evenings where you can bring up any case you want, argue it any way you want, using any language or terminology you so desire. I have never once been drunk enough to run these Parliament sessions, but I tell you, I've never laughed so hard in my life. Can you think of something else you want to do? Or you just want to sit down, think it up, and bring out the next case? Okay. You want to try? You've never brought up a case. Just do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Beat it. And guess what?
There you go. Yeah, great. I'll have to read my camera.
I don't write.
I actually wanted to do this at Otakon, but we didn't have time. I would like to establish paternity and sue for child support on behalf of Delia Ketchum against Professor O. So I'm pretty sure Ash is probably...
I thought we weren't doing the prostitution case.
You're the one implying. All I know is that he spends a lot of time at her house, and she's always talking about Ash's father.
In Professor Oak's defense, she also spends a lot of time with that Mr. Mime.
We're not going there.
I just went there.
Yeah. How is this worse than the Ditto case? Better than the Ditto case?
Because we're not out just coming out and saying it. Imply all you want.
Actually, why would he need to pay child support when Ash is never actually there?
There's no real support either. The kid goes out and makes his own money.
I mean, I could. See, now I'm just like dismantling my own case. It could be argued that that's the reason why Professor Oak gives him so much stuff.
To get him out of the house.
Yeah, but at the same time, Gary Oak gets cheerleaders and cars.
Yes.
I find this unsatisfactory.
And he's just the nephew.
Gary, he's our
nephew, grandson.
Oh, he's the grandson. Sure.
So technically, Ash.
Did you actually just do that?
I totally did that.
Okay.
So yeah, I basically think that, you know, like, Ash could be doing so much better if only his father would acknowledge him as the son of Professor Oak.
Why don't you love me, Daddy?
Gary gets the sweet jobs, like the sweet research jobs, studying, like, you know, Aerodactyls.
Yeah, and Ash wins.
Yeah, to earn that on his own.
Yeah, and one would argue that he's better for it. Gary's a spoiled little bitch.
Hey, that doesn't undermine the need for child support. You can still get it if you have a legitimate case.
Again, child support. Supporting the child. The mother does not support the child. She takes his money and spends it. You've all played either Heart Gold or Soul Silver. She spends your money.
Here, I bought you this thing that you don't really need.
My Espeon has never needed a potion.
I'm calling the hand if you...
All right, well, let's go down the one you. Okay. Now, in the back, we'll work our way, you guys.
I just want to point out that Pokemon Live, many years ago, pointed out very clearly that Giovanni is Ash's father, not Oak.
And even more money right there.
Well, if you want to see Giovanni, I have no issue.
So he just beat Team Rocket and then inherits it when Giovanni tells, wow, good deal
Well,
right
we
there.
have to test for paternity first to see which one is actually the father.
All right,
Then it becomes
Angelo,
Jerry's
I
wife.
know you're going to go crazy until you can speak. Go ahead.
I think this is all a moot point. We all know that Ash Ketchum actually coalesced from the primordial ooze of stupid.
I have to second that, given that both May and Misty wanted him pretty bad. Pikachu!
That being said, if we want to sue the primordial ooze of stupid for child support, I'd be all up for that.